Thank you, stop. Welcome to the Big J Roast. A big hand for coming out tonight, folks. We want to thank Rebecca for doing this here. She almost was going to cancel it after she got her email from Richie Tinkin. That's not a bad joke if you knew Richie Tinkin. Okay? Big J's having a fight with a guy that can't talk back. Anyhow, let me just explain a couple of things. This is a roast, okay? There's going to be some mean things said. It's not a fucking toast, okay? He's not getting a watch. This is the first time he's ever sold out anywhere, okay? All right, 52 people sold out, big deal. It was either this place or a fucking van, okay? All right? And I want to, before I go on, if Comedy Central's here, I just want you to notice I grew a beard. Okay? All right? I didn't do this for looks. You know, we have who's who of nobodies here. But my good friend Ant is here, who is now a speechwriter for Donald Trump. Okay? Fucking Ari, whatever the fuck his last name is, who's wearing the Doug Stanhope collection. Okay? A fucking outfit. I'd rather wear hepatitis. Okay? Fucking reinvent yourself, you stink. Anyhow, not in a bad way. I'm just here really to introduce, because they asked, well, it's a long story, but I didn't really want to write for this. I didn't want to take my, you know what I mean? Take my time out. Yeah, I'm a fucking big, you know what I'm saying? A lot going on. And I figure so many people, well, they want to see Rich Voss. How can I be involved and get a free meal? And so I decided I'll introduce. I asked if I could introduce the host. So they said yes, and it's a treat. The host for this evening, I didn't ask him what he wanted me to say because I know there really isn't anything to say about him. Okay? My fucking 8-year-old has more TV credits. Okay? Let me tell you something. His hands weren't so cramped from hanging on to fucking Jay's coattails. This is all fucking ad-libs. That's what a fucking genius. Anyhow, okay? Fucking even Colin couldn't do this. Listen to me. Our fucking host for the evening, you're lucky to have him. A very good friend. You might know him from Legion of Skanks, or if you were in the other room 10 minutes ago. A big hand for Louis J. Gomez.
Guys, one more time for the legend, Rich Voss. Come on, guys. Rich fucking Voss. I was the only reason that you got to fucking introduce me, okay? Nobody wanted you here. Fucking dinosaur. Okay, look, listen to me. This is going to be an amazing night tonight. We have some of the best young comedians in the business, and a bunch of old ones too. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you right now, man. We want to thank Rebecca Trent for letting us use the Creek in the Cave here tonight. Rebecca is a shit. She really is a whore. If you are trying to fuck somebody tonight, Rebecca will fuck you. If you have 4 minutes of stage time, that is a guarantee. Rebecca Trent has fucked more comics than Steve Hofstetter. That's a fact. This is what you get if you feed Dave Attell after midnight and throw him in a swimming pool. Dave Smith was particularly happy that we did the roast here at the Creek in the Cave, because that means that this is the third club in New York City that he's worked in 2015. Which is great. Dave Smith has been thrown further from show business than Artie Fuqua was thrown from that party van. Dave's comedy is so dry that his set list is just a Polaroid of Rebecca Trent's pussy. Dave's gonna be mad that I mentioned this, but it's a fact. One time Dave took home a chick and found out that it was a tranny. It was a post-op tranny. It's a fact. It's ironic because that's exactly how audiences feel when they pay to see a headliner and they get Dave Smith. So, Mike Vecchione is here. I don't know if you guys do this. Vecchione is actually an old Italian word for only headlines weeknights. That's all I had on Vec because there's no fucking Wikipedia page on the guy. He's got 1,200 Twitter followers. You've been doing comedy for 20 years. Fuck me, Jesus. He's got the best jokes in the business, and this is the biggest thing he's doing in 5 years. Harris Stanton is here, guys. Come on, Harris Stanton. We're our token black guy, Harris. We try to get every other black comic. I really mean that. We almost just used Patrice's hat and a vial of insulin. It was hard to get Harris because Kumi refuses to work with animals. I don't mean to get sentimental here, but they do say you see a light right before you die. Harris, how much extra time did Jimmy Mack do after he saw the light? Oh, nobody fucking knows him at the Creek and Cave. You think these nerds know who Jimmy Mack is? Get the fuck out of here. Harris, your shitty slurred delivery annoys everybody on this podium, except for Anthony Cumia, who just pretends you're biting a curb. Bonnie McFarlane's here. Bonnie, the best. We love Bonnie. Beautiful and funny. Bonnie made a movie called Women Aren't Funny. I hear she's working on a sequel called Neither Is My Husband. Other working titles were The Grass is Green, The Sky is Blue, and Kurt Metzger is a rapist. It's all true stuff. Bonnie, I should actually sue you for plagiarism. I've been saying women aren't funny for years. It's like my thing. All right, Kurt, I love you, buddy. Kurt Metzger has a huge dick. Sorry, I read that wrong. Kurt Metzger is a huge dick. Kurt Metzger has a likability of crib death. Kurt got into a fist fight at the Comedy Cellar one time. It was the only time he was ever involved in a fight that also didn't include the Dracula, the Mummy, and the Wolfman. Oh, fuck. The Dracula, that's a new one, guys. Kurt hosts a podcast called Race Wars. Anthony, does it bother you that he stole that title from your bucket list? Sal Vulcano and Practical Jokers, everyone. Come on. This is the biggest get on the roast. It really is. Sal desperately wants to be a stand-up comedian. Dave, do you think you could give Sal a few tips on what it's like to desperately want to be a stand-up comedian? Big J is only friends with Sal because he thinks that it's going to help further his career in the business, which is a real scumbag move if you ask me. Now on to my close personal friend, Anthony Cumia. And if you were any more racist, you would be my hero. Anthony Cumia has had less black comics on his show than the hood of a Walmart 18-wheeler. Anthony Cumia is known for two things. He's known for holding guns and doing impressions of 80s comics. And I wish you would learn a good Richard Jeni. Mark Norman is here because no one else was available at short notice, and we almost couldn't get Mark. We actually had to trade Sherrod small 2 packs of cigarettes and a bologna sandwich for him. Mark opens for Amy Schumer. The only way you could have a more overrated show was if you had Dan Soder open for Dan Soder. Dan Soder sticks, dude. Look, I don't get why the industry has fucking bid on this guy so much. Dude, you are so fucking safe. Your Comedy Central special should be sponsored by Trojan Condoms. All right. That's the fucking... They love you so much, they won't even laugh on jokes against you.
Legitimately, he was sponsored by that.
It's a real thing. Dan Soder does a lot of impressions. Hey, Dan, why don't you do an impression of a comic with something unique and memorable to say? Dan's died before he could teach him to play catch. I don't know if you guys knew that, which is why he drops the ball every time there's dead air on Opie and Jim. I mean, I really am just pandering to Ann. He pays my checks. What am I gonna do? Motherfucker signs my checks. I'm not gonna not, last but not least, Ari Shaffir is here. The one and only Ari Shaffir, guys. Come on. Ari Shaffir is here tonight to prove that he can make fun of someone with all of their limbs and that anti-Semites make some good points. Ari is so obnoxious and Jewy that Noam from the Comedy Cellar has him in his cell phone as annoying kike. Ari Shaffir is a hero to potheads everywhere. Ari, the only time I want to see you in a room filled with smoke is if there's an SS officer flipping a switch outside of it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the roast of Big J. Oakerson. All right, I got you. What if you. I'm gonna fucking light this on fire and watch you panic. All right, look, the man of the hour is gonna come up here in just a second, but before he does that, we wanted to just play a little video, a little highlight of some of the highlights and lowlights of Big J's career. So, hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best storytellers I know, Mr. Big J. Oakerson, everybody. Let him hear it.
Dick, asshole, shit, bald, shit, bald, black dick, just fuck a pussy, fuck that, titties, just fuck titties, gooch, jerk-offs, pussy, assholes, sucking dicks, assholes, sucks dick, titties, pussy, asshole. Big circle of fear. It's black people, pigeon squirrels, white people, black people. It's just like, Jay, enough of that. Parking lot, 3:30. I was like, shh, I'll be there, right? Yeah. 3:30 it is. What? See you then. And I'm looking around, and the kid hit me in the face first, which is not in the movie, by the way, so I'm confused. He goes, what do you say now, bitch? I was like, I'm a crazy motherfucker, and you don't want to mess with me. The background dancers jumped out, crazy motherfucker, don't want to mess with me. I want to have some fun. Are we wearing pants? What do you need chicks for with their yapping and vaginas? Who needs it? Huh? No. This is mine. This is my time now. My time. I'll get to you. Me and Dave were hanging out. Lewis called, said, come watch me fuck this Asian chick. We go there, circumstantially, she's in a position. Dog jumps up, starts eating her pussy. Gentlemen, no touching.
What the fuck is this, Jeff?
That is one strike for the whole room. Winter's right around the corner. That means what, ladies? Time to grow your beavers back. Slow down. We're not pieces of meat. Don't you find it to be a little unfeminist? Do you only want to have sex with me because I'm not that into it? Sounds like you want to be objectified, don't you think? Push my podcast, Legion of Skanks. Following my dreams. Stop stepping on my dreams. No. Ari's got a decent ass, though. Not if I'm being honest.
What if I could tell you that after 17 years of sacrificing, it's finally come. Well, I'm going to bring you an hour special offer for coming Sunday.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, clap your hands for the one and only Big J Oakerson! Let him hear it! Shit, this is you dressed up, which is the problem. It's the fucking best you could do, Jesus Christ. Dude, in that video, you look like a skinny Chris Italia. All right, we're gonna bring up your first roaster, who was supposed to be the roast master tonight, but he's literally just a piece of shit and didn't put it in his calendar. That's where Kurt Metzger. Yeah, that's what happened. It's very frustrating, Kurt. But one of the funniest people and one of Jay's best friends, ladies and gentlemen, clap it up as loud as you can for Kurt Metzger. Kurt Metzger.
Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Louis J. Gomez, your host, guys. The J stands for genius. I think we all can agree. Yo, by the way, this is not even a joke. Like, I've known Louis for like years now, and like, I swear to God, like, I never thought he was gonna be like a great comic. Anyway, I did not put this on my calendar. I have to leave early to go to something more important, which is a podcast. I am locked in this fucking contract. But first of all, thank you. Thank you for doing this at the Creek in the Cave. Did you guys just all get together? Like, what could make this roast more perfect? We've already lost all the big names. How about a $60 cab ride? Like, did the tickets to this come with a Metro card? Why would you come here? You know, Rebecca wanted to call this place the Bridge in the Tunnel, but she didn't want to make it sound like people would be here. By the way, if anybody needs to use the bathroom during this, just feel free to walk right up on the stage to where the bathroom is geniusly located. But let me say something, because this place is really great, and it, you know, no matter what, I'm joking, but it's always a place, the Creek in the Cave, that a new comic can come on like a Wednesday night, right, and just sign up on a list and just do 5 minutes in Rebecca's pussy. All right. I'm here because I have to be, obviously, okay? This and Jay's funeral are like the only two events left in his life I have to go to. Okay? And I love this one because, like his funeral, I don't have to dress up. And I am going to probably leave early to do a podcast. You know? Yeah. I'm sure as shit not going to another one of his weddings, I'll tell you that. Hey, guys, you got to get fitted for lavender tuxedos for my fucking ethnic Spanish wedding. Okay, Jay. I mean, you don't want to be there, but we'll all get a fucking purple tux. I can't wait for this one. Christine wants a traditional Polish wedding, so you got to get accordions and shit. No, it's probably going to work out with Christine. But where's Christine? We all love Christine now. Yeah. Which is how I know Jay is about to abandon her for someone with an even worse laugh. All right. No, look, I just wanted to be here mainly to show my best friend Jay that, you know, I'm moving on to better things without him. And like, I'm driving an Uber for Amy Schumer now, so, you know. And also sometimes Amy needs Mark Norman to be like a table and I have to move him around, you know. Guys, how about Mark Norman, huh? Oh my God. Did you know Comedy Central named him one of the top 10 comedians to watch get pinned to a wall by Sherrod's elbow? Yeah. And he is. That's the way both his parents said that's the best they've ever seen him do. Yeah. His little Pinocchio face just mushed into Modi's headshot. I mean, it don't get no better than that. Mark's manager was going to tell him not to even come to this. Did you know that, Jay? Because he said it would drag him down. How does that feel to be called a loser by Jiminy Cricket? Yeah, well, whatever. I give Mark Norman credit because when he gets assaulted violently by a Negro, he doesn't destroy his career on social media. He saves it for a thing. By the way, do you know how many just like really attractive, intelligent, not stupid, intelligent women have fucked Mark Norman, Ari Shaffir, and Louis J. Gomez? But I'm wrong to choke women? Really? Really? Anthony, you get what I'm saying, right? I'm kidding. Obviously, that's a joke. Anthony would never choke a woman, even if she deserved it. He would go home and tweet about her later like a man. Have you guys met Anthony's girlfriend, by the way? I've met her, 3 years ago when she was a child. What? Anthony really wants a girlfriend he can give a nice candy necklace to. Anthony, I got some old clothes that were for Isabella you can give to your girlfriend. All right. Yeah. Did you know both Jay and Ari Shaffir, who, by the way, looks like he manages Jay's backyard wrestling in that outfit? Both of them shave their hair, the sides of their hair, for a charity called Locks of Hate that makes new toupees for Anthony Camille. All right, that's all I had on that. All right? No. By the way, I love that story about you at the comic strip. That you got on stage to defend that who's the comic you defended?
William Stevenson.
Oh, all right. So Jay got on stage to defend this random guy at the comic strip? And I just like it because it just shows you genetically God meant for Jay to be a fat bouncer. Like, he can't get away from that programming. I know you're upset that he cut his hair. And you're like, what happened to Santa's, troubled son who's throwing his life away? That look. Okay? Well, now it's more of a boy band, the Fatback Boys, I was told. Technically, I'm godfather to Jay's daughter, Isabella.
Technically?
Well, I have to admit, I'm not, I really have not been the godfather to her that Jay has been. Jay's the one putting in the work, showing up twice a year with a fistful of cash and a carton of cigarettes. I can't, I don't have the bond they have. I guess because they both grew up without a father. Jay has every shitty tattoo. Now, this was funny because we all have to support Ari Shaffir when he takes his shirt off like he's a fat girl, basically. I just look at his tattoos and shit. His body looks like a series of lost bets, basically. Just haircut to tits to fucking keep on trucking on his hip, all of that. Where was I going with this? I just lost the rest of Ari's thing. By the way, do you know the old saying Ari Shaffir lives by? He told this to me. He lives by this. I used to cry that I had no shoes until I met a man with no feet and decided to mock his disability on my comedy hour. What? Oh, I already called you a white black-eyed pig. There's nothing left for Ari. All right, let's get on to, Bonnie McFarlane is here, guys. Yes. Or as the industry calls her, why women are paid less. That is a joke. Okay, Bonnie is great. She's really funny. Okay, I don't know why she let some loser impregnate her. That's a joke I wrote about Carla. Sorry. Bonnie is a cunt. Yeah, huge cunt. And, based on how bad Jay's career is going, I assume your husband is fucking him. Nah, Jay's got some stuff going on. Okay, right? You cried on that thing, and what do you got? You got that beef going with the Guys We Fucked podcast? That's a big credit, right? I mean, you have to split it with Lewis and Dave. Whose week is it to have that credit of a beef with Guys We Fucked? Isn't that ironic? They fight each other when you consider that physically all of them are the best each other can do. Can I just settle that fight for you guys right now? Just do what you should have done this in the beginning and just switch podcast names with them? Does that make more sense? Hold on. I had to do these on my phone because I didn't, And by the way, Jay's not that bad of a dad, okay? In a few years when he dies, he's going to leave Isabella a sweet box of chain wallets and fingerless gloves, enough to start her own bounty hunting business. No, Jay really has every shitty tattoo. And it's funny, he gets a new one like once a week. No one stops him, because why would you? What would be the point of Jay not getting a shitty tattoo? Like, I know you've been avoiding your job-killing zones, but I say go for it, dude. Get those tattoos you had your eye on, right? Get the one that says no fear on your eyelid, and the other one that says no hate on your eyelid. Maybe get just bangs tattooed on. Let me see what I conclude with Jay. That's enough shit, right? Oh, I didn't say shit about Dan Soder. And honestly, Mike Vecchione, I didn't even know he was going to do anything. I thought he was just going to sit here like silently and represent the Teamsters or something. Okay, Sal Volcano, I barely know him. I like him, okay? I just know he's on Jay's favorite show, so it's probably a terrible show. And Dan Soder, this is weird, Dan Soder, this might not even make sense. He just strikes me as a guy that when he went to sleep last night, he was 7 years old, and then he woke up a 32-year-old man. Do you know what I mean? Like, Dan's career is going to go until he can find that gypsy fortune teller machine. All right, so this is the last thing I want to do about Jay, and because I asked Isabella, I go, Isabella, give me stuff to make fun of about your father, okay? Which, by the way, she couldn't wait to do. She goes, do I have to write, like, jokes? I'm like, no, just give me the stuff you want me to, just not jokes, serious stuff you want me to make fun of about your dad. And it was so great about this, what she texted me, I don't even have to make jokes about, okay? This is what your daughter texted me to mock you about. Ready? Okay? I swear to God, this is real. How about when he never left the basement? Yeah. That's from his daughter. She knows him as downstairs father. She has an upstairs father named Carla. Oh, here's the next one. When he was cheating on mom with Dave. Yeah, you think you kids don't see. Okay? So at this point, I'm like, just keep texting, Belly, you're doing great. There's the next test. When he snuggled with Dave at night. Okay? I'm like, all right, that's good. You got anything of it? His new Dave tattoo makes him seem really gay. Do you see what's happening? Do you see what he did to his family? That he looked like a skater wannabe with long hair. This one's just weird. That he gets all weird when people touch his cuticles? Now, I didn't know that. Now, that was a tough one, because I didn't want to break Belly's heart. Like, this is how much of a cheater Jay is. He actually has a side kid that he does shit with. And he lets her touch his cuticles, but I didn't want to say that to my goddaughter. Okay, this is another one I didn't want to answer. She goes, when he poops with his laptop for 4 hours, I didn't want to... There was no need to tell my goddaughter what that's about. Yeah. And then in the second grade, when my friends thought he was a pirate, is the last one she gave me. Okay? And that's also fucking not wrong. I mean, they called it. That's my friend. Yeah, let me just say this. Big J's my best friend. My first night ever doing comedy at this awful black room that Anthony Cumia would never go near. But my first night doing comedy, and I sucked, and then this big dude in overalls comes running towards me. He goes, man, that was really good. Good beginner, man. And he just started hanging out with me. And then like a week later, he was just like, this is my best friend, Kurt. Like, what kind of guy is like that who's not legitimately not retarded? What kind of guy are you going to meet that's going to make you his best friend that quickly? All right. I guess that's all I want to say. Take care.
One more time for that animal. Yeah, we got Philly cheesesteak tacos for the dais. Philly cheesesteak tacos, so you guys could all eat them. Thank you. And I also would like to say thank you to Delilah Steaks, who provided us with the steak.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Really? We can't fucking get any advertisers for the show, so now we have people donating steak? This is what's happening? God, we suck. And shots. See, this is fun. Fireball shots too, guys. Clap it up for Fireball for coming out too, guys. Those Fireball girls are hot, so go take care of that. All right, we're good. Take the shots off the stage. Thank you. Okay. All right, your next roaster. Another one of Jay's very good friends. This guy is proof that you can be one of the most prolific joke writers in this business for a decade and a half and still have to have 2 roommates in Queens. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mike Vecchione. Mike Vecchione.
Thank you, Louis. It's nice to have a food break, 1 roaster in. It's fantastic. That's how you know the roast is going really well. So, well-timed and well-planned. It's great to be here for Jay's roast and this incredible fire hazard that we're involved in, which isn't bad enough that we're all crammed into a room, but there's extra lights right there just in case something blows and we can burn alive. And then we'll be like, a true definition of a roast. Thank you. I was trailing off. I need to commit to it more. They were going to put me first because I'm the only guy up here who has a father. I don't know, Bonnie may have a dad, but based on who she's married to, she obviously hates him. I have a lot, so these are going to probably hit and miss. I apologize up front. The Creek and the Cave. You're telling me to go faster with your cadence? The Creek and the Cave. I apologize, Rebecca, in advance. I thought this was a comedy club in Yemen, but Yemen has more foot traffic and better audiences. They call it the Creek and the Cave because the comics who work here live and bathe outside. The spot pay at the Creek and the Cave is 2 pails of water and 1 stalactite. Ted's trying to get it up to 2. The Creek and the Cave sounds like a place where Anthony's fans gather when the blacks revolt and use their fast twitch muscles to come for our water and our women. How about it for Louis J. Gomez, the roast master? He's dressed in a tuxedo top because he's got his job as a waiter in a fine dining restaurant right after this. Louis booked this roast the way he grew up, with 10 people in a small room. The Cleveland Kidnapper is a funnier Latino than Louis J. Gomez. I can't wait to hear Louis's podcast in 5 years called Real Ass Parking Attendant. Louis has drugged and raped more women than Cosby, but without all the laughs. Louis is a stand-up comic the way that Anthony is a photographer for Ebony magazine. I'd like to take a break from Louis for a minute. Harris Stanton is here, and he was in a terrible accident. Louis, you are a minority and a comic. The best thing that could happen to you is that you get hit by a Target truck. Louis has as good of a chance of making it in comedy as Anthony does at making it in prison. I have another page of Louis. I apologize for this. Louis is on a special diet where you eat vegetables, then trick a hot waitress from Eastville into having your baby. It keeps you lean, but it ruins the waitress's life. Louis has a child out of wedlock, which is acceptable if you are Puerto Rican or on Game of Thrones. Lewis got his girlfriend pregnant because he only had 9 people at an Eastville Bringer show and needed one more to get 5 minutes. The thing I love most about Lewis is his Puerto Rican confidence. I have 15 minutes of passable material. Are you going to work on more jokes so that you can feature or possibly headline? No. I'm Louis J. Gomez. I have 15 minutes. Time to start a family. And finally, Lewis had a son years after his father was stabbed to death. C-section is how the Gomez men are born, and C-section is how they die. Anthony Cumia. I don't know Anthony personally. I only know him from the first World Trade Center bombing. Most of us sleep on sheets. Anthony sleeps in them. Cumia in Italian means grand wizard. Anthony's so far out of touch, he responded to black people screaming at him by yelling, "You can't talk to me that way. I'm a white landowner." Under the current version of the Articles of Confederation, striking a white landowner is punishable by watching multiple episodes of The Impractical Jokers. Anthony was in an altercation for photographing an African-American person, but according to Anthony's pre-Civil War logic, he only took a picture of 3/5 of a person. Anthony loves guns and underage women. He ignores the mandatory waiting period for both. Anthony, you can't be racist and have an afro. It confuses the people who run the Amber Alert. Anthony's Facebook profile picture is him pointing a rifle at the camera. It looks like Horseshack went to Vietnam. And in all seriousness, people think Anthony hates black people, but of all the air conditioning repairmen in Long Island, Anthony is actually the least racist. Mark Norman is here, Amy Schumer's snarky butler. Mark Norman's album is called Still Got It. That's the thing about herpes, Mark. Like your 1920s newspaper boy cadence, it never goes away. Ari Shafir. I look at Ari the way that Trump looks at Mexicans. I've had limited interactions with him, but I'm pretty sure he's a rapist. Ari makes fun of the disabled but cuts his hair like he has a brain injury. Ari looks like an accountant that just saw the movie Taxi Driver for the first time. Sorry. We're gonna move quicker now. Thank you. Moving along. You guys are great. Bonnie is here, or as most of us know her, Eliza Schlesinger's mom. Bonnie wrote and produced a movie called Women Aren't Funny. I like the Middle Eastern version called Women Aren't People. I don't think Bonnie's movie goes far enough. Bonnie uses heavy sarcasm in her act, which I think is why she married Rich Voss. She was being sarcastic. Bonnie's marriage to Rich may be serious, or she may be a secret member of the hilarious prank show Impractical Jokers. I actually think Big J has a chance with Bonnie. She's obviously into Jews from New Jersey who come from black rooms, have no act, and don't work at the comic strip. Rich Voss must have a huge penis that causes the fallen women to forget who it's attached to. All right, that was a miss. Bonnie allegedly slept with Bob DeBono because he does a better Rich Voss. Bringing it back. Even though Bonnie is beautiful and considered by men to be a 10, every day with Rich Voss is a 9/11. Dave Smith. Dave's biggest credit is that he was robbed at gunpoint by black kids in Brooklyn. Unlike Anthony, he did not call them savages on Twitter and lose his job. Instead, he remains the best grill man at Wendy's. People have described Dave's politics as not at all funny. I'm kidding. No one talks about Dave ever in comedy. Dave Smith, you have the face of John the Baptist and the comedy stylings of Saint Hedwig. Saint Hedwig is the patron saint of boredom. I'm sorry, this is a lot. Speed through. Joe DeRosa is not here, and comedically, Joe has been missing for many years. Joe looks like Jared from Subway, except Joe is less funny, and Joe molests kids at the Wawa. Joe was a writer for the Pete Holmes Show. Joe deserves a writing job the way that Anthony deserves an NAACP award. Joe came out against Anthony, and Anthony's fans turned on Joe, insulting, chastising, and even threatening to hurt Joe DeRosa. Now you listen to me, Anthony fans. You don't have the balls to hurt Joe DeRosa. You don't have the balls to hurt Joe DeRosa, who lives at 201 La Brea Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90036. Now, sure, your name will probably get into the paper, and you will get mentioned at professional wrestling. Not to mention the fact that you would be saving comedy fans from having to listen to 20 minutes of McNugget material before watching Bill Burr. It's not worth it. All right, I'll skip the rest on Joe. We've got to speed along. Dan Soder, one of the stars on the MTV hit show Guy Code. It's where young comics stream half premises at a green screen. It's basically good-looking people with shoulders doing Joe DeRosa's act. Dan is not on the show anymore because he lost a civil suit on the spin-off show, Guy Court. I'm sorry you lost the show, Dan, but I agree. Erections are crazy. Dan Soder is white trash from Colorado. His idea of a Denver omelet is eggs, pot, and reasons he has to take a nap in a Russian accent. Dan is so talented, it's like all of the impractical jokers in the body of one guy who looks like he used to be a swimmer. The Impractical Jokers, I've referenced it many times, is a great show. You know what is practical? Not laughing hysterically at your own pranks. It's called Let the Audience Decide. Dan is so loved by the industry, he could eat Mexican food, take a dump, put it in a box, pitch it, and have a series on Telemundo in 24 hours. Dan has a head the size of a piñata. Mexican comics follow him swinging a bat at his ears, which is what they call networking. Dan is making great strides in this business, but anytime I get depressed over my career, I just call my dad, who doesn't really drink, or my sister, who wears her seatbelt. I'm sorry, I have to move. Kurt Metzger. Kurt is not here, so could you please relate these to him? Because I mean every one of these. Kurt looks like a Chechnyan Halloween costume that got taken off the shelves because it was scaring the children. And these are children that have seen their families murdered. Kurt is brilliant with the night terrors of an incest victim and the self-destructive nature of a dog with a cone on his head. He always seems like he's yelling at you, even on Facebook, where you can practically feel him having a seizure as he sells his girlfriend into white slavery. Once upon a time, in southern New Jersey, Kurt used to be a Jehovah's Witness and Jay was a door-to-door knife salesman. If they would have went into business together, there would be a lot less traffic on the Black Horse Pike. It's a regional joke. Kurt is dating Karen Margolis, who seems like a very genuine, she's right here, loving girl from a supportive Jewish family, which begs the question, haven't the Jews been through enough? To Karen's family, Kurt is a one-man Holocaust. Hitler is talked about with more ease than Kurt Metzger in the Margolis household. Let me be clear. Karen's parents would rather eat raw pork drenched in milk while watching their daughter get tag-teamed by Palestinian AIDS patients than to have Kurt Metzger as a son-in-law. Speeding along. Harris Stanton is here. You stink at comedy, Harris. If you weren't hit by their truck, you would be a greeter at Walmart. You have the physical comedy of Rodney King and the acting ability of Suge Knight. The accident was a tragedy, but prevented countless innocent people from being tortured by your act. This is just getting mean. This accident has hurt comedy. Somewhere in the Bronx, there was a show running on time with a stool not being humped. Harris, I'm glad you finally have money. You never pay for anything. When Harris was in the hospital, the doctor took a chest x-ray and said, "You are very lucky, son. You've been living on borrowed cigarettes." Borrows cigarettes constantly. Your lungs are so black and beat up from borrowed cigarettes, Anthony Cumia took pictures of them, posted them on Twitter, and now Ted Alexandro is protesting them. Anthony, you don't need guns to protect yourself from black people, just more sleepy truck drivers. So I didn't want to do it, buddy. Okay, I'm sorry. This is taking long, but I worked all week on this. And I'm being paid in taco cheese. I got Jay to do, and then I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay, Big J was raised in New Jersey on a golf course, which is where his act is buried. Jay has all the dick and pussy jokes of white trash New Jersey, but maintains the work ethic of someone who spends a lot of time on a golf course. Jay looks like a depressed manatee fucked Avril Lavigne. Jay looks like Chris Angel's corpse got fished out of a swamp, got a haircut, and is now dating Rosie O'Donnell. Jay dresses like a Make-A-Wish kid ate the band Iron Maiden. Jay employs a comedy technique called crowd work, which can be derailed by yelling the simple sentence, "Just do your act." Jay is so fat his 1-hour special will air on the Food Network. Right after a hot dog eating contest. Okay, one more page, sorry. Big J just got an hour special with Comedy Central. Yeah, it's great. Fantastic, couldn't be prouder. I have since adjusted my act by starting each of my jokes with, "Have you ever fucked a black guy?" Really? Never? Ever thought about it? Any kind of pause, explosion of laughter. Because the delay means she did. She did think about it. Big J has a really big heart, which he needs to supply oxygen to a fat body filled with meaningless tattoos that he got for reasons that he will explain on 15 podcasts that no one listens to. Podcast, by the way, interesting fact, is a German word which means I don't want to work on my act, but I still want to be famous. Sorry. Jay has more podcasts than Anthony has Confederate flags. All right, that's it for me. Jay, I love you. Can I say something? Can I say something about this guy? I appreciate you guys. Thank you. This guy brought me, he really took me in like family when I moved to New York. Brought me around to all the clubs and was very kind to me, and I won't forget it. I love you, buddy.
One more time for Mike Vecchione. Every other comic is like, all right, there's no jokes left. He did all of them. Look at Sal. Sal's never done stand-up before. This is it. All right, your next roaster is Dave Smith. Dave is like a 7-Eleven. He never closes. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Smith. Dave Smith.
Thank you, everybody. This is a great night. It's an honor to be here. You're right, Louis. I never close. Good call having Kurt and Mike open. By the way, that was a great move. And then we'll have fucking Sal and Ant try this for the first time ever in a little bit. That was just a brilliant move. Thanks for putting that together, Louis. I wish we were doing this podcast in 6 months when you're fat again. It would have just opened up a lot more jokes. I think if we just thought this thing through, we probably could have waited. But whatever. Watching, if you guys have never seen Louis's act before, it's impressive watching Louis do comedy. Not like the actual comedy. The fact that Louis can do comedy is impressive, if you know him. It's like, you remember the first time Caesar talks in the Dawn of the Apes? It's like that. No, I just can't believe he's capable of talking into a microphone. I didn't see that coming. Oh. Louis lost both his parents when he was young. He's like a Puerto Rican Batman. Like, instead of vowing to fight crime, he vowed to fight manners and hygiene. So it's a good story. It doesn't either way, is the point. Louis, in all seriousness, Louis, you're like a brother to me. More specifically, you're like Mike Racine's brother to me. So, you know, that's a little inside baseball, but it's good. He's retarded. If anyone goes, now it's outside baseball. See? Everyone gets it. That's all it is. All right, like everyone said, yes, I know I have no credits. This is a big night for me. But this is like not even that big of a night. There's no, the only even kind of famous person here is Sal. Okay, we have 1 star. We're like all of DeRosa's albums on iTunes. What? Pick your battles next time. I thought we all agreed we were still doing the DeRosa jokes. No? Is that not? You know, when DeRosa said he was worried about what to tell his black friends, a lot of people judge him, like that's fucked up. But Jay, you'll be the first. You know that. Like, DeRosa is a comedian, but he also has 1 foot firmly planted in the hip-hop community, okay? It's not... So he has to worry about things like that. DeRosa's always wanted to be black, and he's taken the first step. Ant hates him. So... Yes, me, he's getting there. I don't know, but... Anthony Cumia, I shouldn't say one famous person. You were famous a year ago, but you made some bad choices on Twitter, or as you call it, standing your ground. Whatever. I don't know. I was on your side, is the point. But and you've gotten under the skin of more black people than sickle cell. There you won. Kanye West met Anthony Cumia, and he said George Bush cares a little bit about black people after. He grew. As everybody can grow a little bit and improve on where they were. All right. Kurt Metzger is here. That's fucking, it's a lot funnier when he's standing there for this, but that's cool. Kurt Metzger is hilarious, even though none of us like him, but you can't deny the talent. I always wanted to learn more about Kurt. I actually Googled Race Wars and White Precious, but it just redirected me to AnthonyCumia.com. So, I don't know. I'm just right back to watching Legion of Skanks, but it was a good episode, if you ask me. It was the one where Jay pukes. Okay, it's public knowledge that Kurt has a huge dick and he's allowed to cheat on his girlfriend. He's not even a comedian. He's like a hip-hop legend. Kurt's dick is so big, he's headlining theaters. Amy Schumer writes for Kurt's dick. That's how big it's getting. But, you know, she writes good stuff. So, you know, that was better if I delivered it. Good. There we go. All right, Mike Vecchione. Mike, I love you, buddy. You dress like Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men, and your torso is the size of 2.5 Men. Mike, you have the face of a cop and the body of a retired cop. Bye. Bonnie McFarlane is here, of course. Bonnie's known for a few years ago. She was on Last Comic Standing, and a few years before that, she was the first comic kneeling. So that was big. That's how she met Rich. Don't look at me like that. I ran that by Rich. I was a little worried he'd be upset. I swear to God, I'm not making that. Is this cool? Yeah. I'm sorry, Bonnie. When was the last time you kicked a comic in the chest? One of these fucking chicks think they should just get it for free. Or is that like, what do you got to do? You got to earn some street cred with me. I don't know. Oh, shit, here we go. All right, fine, fair enough. Listen, Bonnie, I've always said, I don't even want a thing with you, but anyone will tell you, I've always said Bonnie is one of the best female comics in the country. Or, as it translates to, on guys, average. So that's, no? Bonnie is hilarious. Bonnie is incredible. Bonnie made a documentary with Rich Voss, and somehow it's worse than that sounds. If you can possibly wrap your head around that idea. It was great. That movie was so devoid of laughs, I thought I was watching Harris Stanton's set. I swear to God. But then I know he couldn't get on Netflix. So it's like, Harris, seriously. When I first found out about the accident, I couldn't believe that happened to you. Mostly because I thought you were Teddy Smith. But once I got past that, I was like, poor Teddy. But it was devastating to the whole comedy community. I mean, you guys couldn't work for, 6 months. I mean, Tracy missed out on major movie opportunities, and Harris missed 2 spots at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. So, like, everyone lost money is the point. And it's good, we're getting back. Holy shit. I'm losing my place. All right, fuck. Soder. Dan Soder's here. Dan, you dress like a single mom. You dress like the woman you were raised by. You dress like you know when Kohl's is having a sale. Oh. I owe these all though. It's fucking good. That's good. Listen, I dressed up for this one. Usually I'm wearing the same thing he is, but what can I say? Who wrote that from? I don't disclose this information, Bonnie. I paid him good money. That's all that's important. Dan, listen, dude, I'm glad to see, by the way, Dan's been getting in shape lately, which is good, because he's supposed to be famous in a year or something, so it's good he's finally trying. Dan's the only guy I know who quit drinking and then got a beer gut. Like, Dan's gut is softer than Lewis's punchlines. No, dude, you had fucking great jokes on this thing. If you had delivered them, it would have been unbelievable. But it's all right. Ari Shafir is here. Ari is letting me stay at his beautiful apartment for the entire month of August. Mark Normand is here, everybody. Mark, you charming little sociopath. You got added to this roast like a day ago, so no one could write any jokes about you. And also, I asked you to help me write for this thing, so that didn't work out. But Mark, I love all the success he's going. Mark has been on Inside Amy Schumer, and honestly, Mark's comedy has so much in common with Inside Amy Schumer. No heart. And so it's just, no? Have you not seen his act? All right, that's good, if you know. All right, who am I missing? I don't know. This is what I did, hand my right now. I'm going to move on to Jay now. Guys, Jay Oakerson, everybody, come on. Isn't he look, Jay, honestly, dude, you're like, you're one of my best friends. You've been a mentor to me, kind of a leader to me, and so it's a weird position to roast someone you look up to. And I honestly, making fun of Jay, where do you even start? I'll take a shot. Jay is fat. The only thing Jay sees less than his dick is his daughter. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, but it's not my fault. No, I'm just kidding. Jay is actually a great dad. And if his daughter can grow up to be anything like the person he is, she'll have great tits. I feel like if you wanted to describe Jay's comedy, you would say he's a powerhouse, but you shouldn't use that term because he lost both in a hurricane. That was like 3 years ago, you fucking pussies. Get over it. It says, I think fucking Kevin Hart gave him enough money to buy a new car and his dignity back. So it's all good. Ah, shit. All right. Jay, all right, now that you're starting to get some stuff, honestly, dude, this has been a big year for you. You're fine. I know Kurt makes fun of you because he's got his fucking weird cockiness, but you're getting stuff, dude. A lot of big stuff is happening for you. And now I need you to please promise me you're not going to cry on any podcast this year, okay? You're known as my leader. You were so fat, pathetic, and whiny on that podcast, Ari's going to mention you by name in his next special. That's how bad it got. Just sometimes you need a gauge. All right. And Jay, you can't feel sorry for yourself, okay? You're lazy. Take it from another lazy guy. We're lazy. That's why we're not where we're supposed to be. It's nothing else. It's just that we're lazy. Jay, here's how lazy you are. You're a stand-up comedian who doesn't write jokes. What are you owed? I feel like I'm racing through this. How am I doing on time?
You're way over.
What did Vecchione do? A tight 45? All right. I just want to match whatever the last guy did and not go too far over that. Freaking Kurt did a half hour left. Vecchione did 45. Might as well pulled his dick out on here. I knew it was that first comic kneeling thing was gonna get her, but hey, what are you gonna do, Bonnie? All right, listen, we're not making this a fucking feminist meeting all of a sudden. Oh, I know, what are the wage gap or something going to be the issue here? She'll have her chance. Let her do it. You know, fucking let her fucking Shaq, fuck, that's the wrong reference. Who's the black guy? Jamie. What's the other fucking black guy who was at that roast? All right. Jamie Foxx is where I was going. Shaq was at the roast. Come on, I was already going into Jay. All right, listen, I do have to wrap up on this, but in all seriousness, we really are so happy with all the stuff that's happening for Jay. Jay is your family to me, dude, and I love that all this success is finally coming to you. And the peak of it all is, of course, as you guys all know, Jay's getting his hour special this year from Comedy Central, which is incredible. We're all very excited to see that. And for the record, I think it is really fucked up that they're making him call it the Dan Soder special. But either way, I still think it's going to be great. I love you, Jay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, brother.
One more time for Dave Smith, guys. Dave, so good, dude. Started off strong, teetered off at the end. That was the Bonnie McFarlane of roast sets. I try to come back for you, buddy. All right, your next roaster is a special guest that's here, and we're really excited to have her. I just found out she was doing this, which is fucking phenomenal. Jay had no idea she was here either. Ladies and gentlemen, clap it up for Jay's current wife, Carla Oakerson. Carla Oakerson, guys, put your hands together.
Hi, everyone. This is probably going to be the only chance I'll get to address all of Jay's friends at once until his funeral in a few years, but there won't be any famous people at that either, so...
The mic a little more.
Sorry. I'm sure you guys have heard Jay refer to me on his podcast as his girlfriend, his wife, his ex-wife, and the mother of his daughter, all depending on what week the episode was recorded. But when I first met Jay, my family thought he was trash. And just to give you some perspective on that, we're Hispanic. Our marriage was a lot like the bands Jay opens for. It really has not been good since 1999.
Touch your lips to the mic.
Okay. I'm not sure how exactly I married the only Jew in history who can't figure out how to make it in show business, but yes. So I'm supposed to be taking half of everything Jay owns, but I don't know what to do with 3 Xbox games and a bag full of fingerless gloves. Okay, so I guess I should do some jokes about the other people here on the dais. Mark Normand is here. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, all right. Okay, well, Mike Vecchione is here. Mike Vecchione. Did you know Jay was cheating on me with a girl who laughs like the penguin? Did you know that? Did you? No? Well, all right. Dan Soder. You know Jay is actually a great dad, right? Yeah, Isabella still asks about the guy who lived in the basement. She still does. Bonnie McFarlane. You're married. You know, one time I actually found a girl's phone number in Jay's wallet. It was 212-342-2111. It wasn't a phone number. It was actually just the ranking of the last, how hot the last 10 girls Jay had cheated on me with were. Not a phone number. Yeah. Sal, you're on Jay's favorite show, Impractical Jokers. Why do you think the only type of woman Jay never cheated on me with was the kind of girl who could have helped his career? Why do you think that is? No? Okay. If at least... All right.
Eat the fucking microphone.
All right. If at least one of the whores Jay had fucked on the road had given him AIDS, at least he would have lost some weight. Harris Stanton is here. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you're doing better. Every day I think to myself, why couldn't Jay have been opening for Tracy at that college? Oh. Whatever. Now, if you don't think there's karma for all of Jay's friends who knew he was cheating, look at their careers right now. I didn't know if I was coming here to roast Jay or to tell everyone they didn't make it to the next round of Last Comic Standing. I'm actually Colombian, which means our daughter is half Latina and half enormous disappointment. The only way Isabella could see less of Jay is if she spent all of her time watching Comedy Central. Only dumb white trash ever go see Jay, kind of like Bigfoot. The only difference is Bigfoot can actually get his own TV show. When Jay and I finally had our breakup, he cried so much I thought he was on a podcast discussing his career. Well, this was fun. I'm glad you had me here. I hope in 5 years I can do another roast of Jay with the next group of friends who all have passed him in the industry. It'll be good. But Jay, I love you, I guess. It's great that after 15 years, we're still a team. I know you always have my back, and I always have yours. I'm thrilled that everything we worked for is becoming a reality, and I couldn't be prouder. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a letter to my sister Paula. Never mind, I'm done.
Keep it going for Carla Oakerson, guys. Jay's wife. Not even lying. The only reason that I'm not married to this man right now is that bitch right there. I really mean that. Not even lying. True story. I really mean that. Okay, your next roaster swallows Rich Voss's cum. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mark Normand.
Oh, man, that was good. All right, wow, Jay, what's it like having your wife write more jokes than you? Well, you know what, I'll just ask Rich. All right, there we go. All right, good to be here. Hey, Lou, thanks for dressing up. You look like the ringleader of a cockfight right now. Louis, he really is one of the best comics in the city at having 5 funnier comics with him at all times. Yeah. You're like Byron Allen. You're an unfunny hustler, and you're only going to make it by showcasing all your talented friends. Louis calls himself the Puerto Rican rattlesnake. Great idea. A comedy nickname that makes people think of a dangerous animal and a rattlesnake. Yeah, all right. Oh, boy. Woo, a lot of people don't know us, but that Lewis is he's going to find the man who murdered his father just so he can learn how to kill. Legion of Skanks. Yeah, we all like that, right? Yes, yes. Legion of Skanks is a misleading name because they're like the opposite of skanks, because I would only bother talking to the fat one. Right. A lot of people think Lewis is a bad dad. Come on, that's not true. Lewis has taught his son that if you work really, really hard, one day you can do a podcast in an unemployed alcoholic's basement on Long Island. Right. Kurt had to leave. Boy, Kurt, he looks like the product of cousin fucking, doesn't he? Yeah. The word Metzger is German for butcher, actually. I wish he would tap into his roots and cut the fat on those Facebook posts. Kurt's a funny guy. He gets a lot of shit, but don't worry, Kurt. The feminists aren't going to take you down. Cocaine is. He's got a problem, folks. Have you seen his eyes? All right. All right. Have you ever tried talking to Kurt? Jeez, it's got the personality of a grumpy bodega owner. All right. Hey, Dave Smith. Looking good, buddy. You look like a dad trying to get his kids back at court. Yeah. Dave is more scared of success than Kumia is of progress. Yes. Jim Norton has blown more trannies than you have Cellar auditions. All right. What hurt more, bombing those auditions, or when Luis Gomez got past there? Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right. I don't get it, Dave. You know, you've been doing comedy over 10 years. You started in New York City. You get up every night. Come on, I've only been here a couple of years, and I've already been choked out by Chris Rock's cousin. Mike's a pretty, Mike Vecchione, huh? Looking good. Pretty buff guy. But he's not some roided-out meathead, you know? Anyone who's seen his act knows he's never used performance-enhancing drugs. Mike's a funny guy, though. We get it, though. We get it. You look like a cop. All right, Jesus. Will you shoot a black kid already so you can get on TV? Harris Stanton is here, so we could have someone jump around when a joke does well. Yeah. Harris Stanton was in a car accident, but his act is a train wreck. Tracy Morgan and Artie got millions after the accident. Harris got 20 grand on the spot at the creek. All right, hey, let's keep it moving. Soder, my buddy, Big Dan, yeah, blockhead, huh? Soder, you sound an awful lot like Bill Burr, all right? You've made more money off a redhead than Coppertone. Oh, man, I was proud of that one. All right, that's another one that I guess won't work. You're like a 19th century factory worker because you're ripping off an Irishman. Also, the name Caleb is not a punchline. Oh, sorry. Cutting deep here. All right, let's see. Yeah, you always have that big dumb look on your face, you know? Every time I see you, you look like you're trying to figure out how Ari made it. Hey, Bonnie, yes. All right, Bonnie's like a vagina at a marathon. You're a bitter cunt. Yes. Your husband is older than you, but not if you go by his reading level. Yes, all right. A lot of people say Bonnie's a poor man's Sarah Silverman. Nah, that's not true at all. You're a poor man's wife. Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. Hey, Ari Shafir, huh? Boy, he is talentless. Yes. Ari Shafir, I look at you like an organic protein powder. You're hard to stomach, and the only reason we know about you is because of Joe Rogan. Yeah. Ari got into it pretty good with old Howard Stern there. That was something. Jesus Christ, two Jews going at it. I call that War of the Noses. Right. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. You and Howard Stern got into a fight. If I want to see a short-haired Jew fight with a long-haired Jew, I'd watch Jay call his daughter. All right. Oh, boy. I'm losing him. All right. Let's keep it moving with old Anthony Coombs, huh? Yeah. All right. Boy, oh, boy, you look terrible, huh? You look like me with scurvy. Yes. I mean, I gotta say, before we get into your views, that skin, my God, your skin. You look like a guy who was there when they opened the Ark, but you got out in time. Yeah, I don't want to say Anthony Cumia's girlfriend looks young, but holy hell, whenever I see you, I crave Subway. All right. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say that, Ari, your face looks like Nazi propaganda. Shit, I forgot. Sorry about that. I fucked up. But hey, what a year for old Ant, huh? Yeah, you went from being on a top satellite radio show talking to CK, Bill Burr, Patrice, then you got beat up by a woman, and now you have 3 potheads pissing in your pool. All right, let's get on to old Big J. Thanks for dressing up. You look like a wedding DJ in Yonkers. All right. Jesus Christ. Jay, you're always showing off your guns. I'm glad you're not wearing a sleeveless shirt. It's always sleeve. You have no arms. Your arms look terrible. What are you doing? Why are you showing them off? That'd be like if Lewis put his notebook under glass. What a career Jay's had, huh? He's opened up for Korn, Insane Clown Posse. Boy, the only way you could be more white trash if you open for Soder's mom. Jay's doing an hour special this year. That's going to be exciting. The special is actually called This Poor Stool. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. The last time Big J wrote a joke, his clothes were in style. Big J, your wardrobe makes it really hard to ride your coattails, but don't worry, Dave Smith's got a good handle on that chain wallet. All right. Yeah. Okay. Shit. We all know Jay is a big guy. You know. I'm not gonna stand up here and make fat jokes. All right. That's low-hanging fruit, and Jay wouldn't stand for that. Not for fruit. Shit. All right. I guess that's it. Thanks. All right.
One more time for Mark Norman, guys.
I love you, Big J. I love you. Thank you. You're very nice and funny.
That's how much Mark Norman shouldn't have been here. He didn't even do the sentimental thing at the end that you're supposed to do. He just said, thank you for the accolades for my jokes. I'm done. He meant everything he said. He's just a piece of shit. All right. This next man has more hate in his heart than Dan Soder has voices in his act. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia. Let him
Oh my God, that was good. What was that guy's name? That was great. Yeah, you know, a lot of white people here today, right? Looks like in one of those Black Lives Matter protests. They're all fucking white. This room's very diverse. It looks like the 50s space program. No? Yeah, Sal and Practical Jokers. Great show. So original, said Alan Funt in 1965. It's a good one right there. Voss, so glad Voss is here tonight. Opie let you out? Is that what happened? You ready to write that apology? I mean, for the people here. It's great. Yeah, let me tell you, congrats on the Triple Crown win. That was really good. It's the only way Bonnie gets her pussy eaten is if she puts 2 sugar cubes and an apple in it. Remember, Bonnie, hold that twat flat. Don't let him Don't let him bite. Rich loves golf. We all know Rich loves golf. It's the only time Bonnie lets him leave the house with his balls. And of course, Dan Soder's here tonight. I love this. Dan, you want to just take my seat here too? Is that, it's not very far. It's easy to do. I don't know. You're great on O and J. You're fantastic. You could almost fake laugh as much as I did. It's hilarious. You jumped right in there. You're taking the food right out of my children's mouth, and now I gotta fuck them hungry. It's you are literally to O and J what charade is to O and J, or Voss, or Bobby, or DePaulo, or anyone else that could filter between those two. See, get it? Because you're like an enigma machine between Opie and Jimmy. They can't communicate, get it? What's the matter, too real? Holy shit. All right, whatever. And of course, Harris, great to see you here. He shook the hand of my producer, Keith the Cop, and said, "Don't touch me!" Yes, I have an afro, but I am the only legal gun owner with one. I love Ari. Ari always, you got a little Rogan right here. Wipe that off. Ding Dong. I saw Ding Dong over here from Legion of Skanks. It's great, Ding Dong. How were you in every fucking car I passed in Queens? And Metzger, where did he go? He fucking left. Race Wars on Sirius XM on the Opie channel. You know, if a podcast is broadcast in the woods and no one hears it, is it truly... you know what? And of course, by the way, at least if I want an open relationship, I could just go to junior high schools, Kurt. And my girl can just search the sex offender list. Metzger was giving me a little shit on that, but I guess he fucking bolted out of here, the only wise man in the whole group. Gomez, where are you? There you are. First time Gomez came to my house to do the show, he instinctively spray painted my camera lenses. It was, he made up for it though, because he went right out and cleaned my pool. Which it needed, because the Legion of Skanks swam in my pool. I was washing oil off the local birds for a month after they did that. The Legion of Skanks, and then their audience. They bring an audience with them to my house, and they swim in my pool. My pool filter got pregnant. But it was Gomez dug it out with a hanger. Thank you. Thanks so much, Louie. Dave, of course, I love Dave. He's great. He's what they consider, I think, from the girls I've talked to, the most handsome member of the Legion of Skanks. But that's like saying the least retarded person at Bellevue. Nice suit, Dave, too. Nice fit. Looks like you're halfway through The Incredible Shrinking Man. That was, would you send Amy Schumer in for measurements? Oh, relax. And of course, Mike Vecchione. That was very funny, very funny. But thanks for the DMs. You know what I mean. And Vecchione with a name like that, like your grandma didn't call Brazil nuts nigger toes. Shut up. Shut up. Big J. Here he is, the man of the minute. Big J. Saying Big J, though, it's so obvious. Like saying dumb rich. We know you're big. Jay's, you cut your hair. Looks great. You donated your ponytail to douches. Oh, fuck. Thank you. Did I fuck that up? No, the cancer kids for Make-A-Wish, you know? What is that? Oh, locks of douche. That's what I meant to say. Thank you. Locks of douche. So some cancer kid can walk around for the next 6 months of his life like an asshole from the 90s. That's it. A sponsor coming in, by the way, for the biker that's not a biker, Harley Davidson, is coming in. Big J, saw you on Amy's show. That was very nice. You could play Amy Schumer if you put on a blonde wig and lost weight. What is this? Everyone loves Amy. Well, but I do too. I'm not kidding. He cut his hair off because it was the power to repel pussy. Was that it? Yeah, Big J, I got pictures of him swimming in my pool, and PETA sent out one of those SeaWorld hate tweets to me that he needs more room. I don't know what it is. Big J, you might have seen, even on this video, he drank and puked one of my $50 bottles of wine in my basement. And if you've seen his act, it's the best thing that's ever come out of his mouth. Big J, of course, you saved that comic on the stage, which was great. I read your tweets and everything. You said it's nothing like he's ever seen in a comedy club. So I guess same category as applause. That's, oh, by the way, DeRosa couldn't make it here tonight. I'm very upset about that. If anyone's eating upstairs and you need a knife, just grab the one he put in my back. That's, for a girl to fuck Joe DeRosa, she has to take more shots than a grandmother going to mass in Charleston. Big J and DeRosa, they look like the before and after shots of Jared from Subway. Joe DeRosa's career, it's like a family after a tornado, both devastated by losing their homes. Joe DeRosa, it looks like a drawing of an autistic child that he makes in therapy of a guy that tries to fuck his mom. I don't even know what that means, but it's hilarious and probably true. DeRosa looks like he was made the same way they turn a vagina into a penis, doesn't he? Some meat kind of turning around thing. DeRosa is a spineless cunt, and the only way he could stand upright is if Bill Burr can keep his erection. Joe DeRosa stopped being friends with me because, well, he's worried about what his black friends would think. And, of course, I've been trying to say for years that black people don't think. Oh, come on. And, of course, Joe DeRosa staying right with his black friends, paying off a lot there in L.A. He's starring in the new movie Dildo Unchained. So, Jay, fucking great. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody else, for coming out.
That was uncomfortable. Oh, shit. Aunt, you said it was your first time roasting, not first time in front of a microphone. Fuck. Oh, fuck. All right. Your next roaster is only here because Artie Fuqua did not wear a seatbelt. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Harris Stanton. Harris Stanton.
Louis J. Gomez, everybody. Give it up for him. Good to see you showered and put flip-flops on for this event, Louis. You're the self-proclaimed Puerto Rican rattlesnake of comedy for two reasons. One, he's a badass Puerto Rican. And two, rattlesnakes aren't funny either. Anthony Cumia, I wanted to punch you in your lunar pulp face. But we talked outside, and I hate niggas too. But can we talk serious for a minute? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. Anthony, you look like an Italian organ grinder fucked his monkey. Anthony calls his mansion the compound, only because the plantation was already named of his Twitter accounts. And I'm angry at you, Anthony, not because you're a racist piece of shit, but I lost $50 betting on that you would be the first guy to say nigger on the podcast. Dave Smith is here, but where the fuck else would he be? You're the only comedian I know that gets pussy despite of your comedy. You have the charisma of a toll booth operator. We all know Dave loves to smoke pot. In fact, he's built his whole career with Big J in his mouth. You're a Jew from Brooklyn with the voice and cadence of a Southern Walmart greeter, and I would know. Kirk had to leave, but if anybody was wondering who that guy with his mouth open was, that was Kirk Metzger. He writes for Amy Schumer's show, and he's also the inspiration for Law & Order SVU. Kirk has a very specific look. It's either a hot 19th century immigrant or a well-to-do carny. But we'll get that to Anthony, too. Kirk looked like he could be a model in Lithuania if they had an Old Navy catalog. Kirk Metzger is known for his wild Facebook rants. He's typed about rape more than a courtroom stenographer. I didn't want to say anything about Bonnie. She's not even here. I love Bonnie. She brings her daughter on the road all the time, but not because she loves her, because she's Canadian. She's never heard of a Dominican nanny. Big J, man, you're one of my oldest friends in comedy, man. We started together. I didn't want to talk bad about you, brother, but you have the style of a 14-year-old golf girl and the body of a 40-year-old uncle that raped her. You also wear those cut-off gloves that you all have us wearing, but that's really so you can get your finger up Dave's asshole better.
He hates fabric.
You look like Nickelback threw up on a Roars. Watching your act is like watching the creepy guy on the subway. You sit down, you talk to strangers for 45 minutes about your dick, but the only difference is the guy on the subway is actually going somewhere. Thank you very much. Ari's Comedy Central show is called This Is Not Happening, which is what they tell Jay when he tries to pitch a show. You're always wondering why you don't get more TV deals. Probably because NBC won't write a show based on 20 minutes about Lewis's balls and pussy smelling like hot dog water. And I'm not going to do 45 minutes. That's all I got. So you guys have been great. Thank you, Jay. I love you, man.
Keep it going for Harris Stanton. Yes, all right. All right, cool, man. All right, you might recognize your next act from sitting in the car in front of a comedy club so Rich Voss doesn't have to pay for parking. Ladies and gentlemen, the funniest woman in comedy 12 years ago, Bonnie McFarlane. Bonnie McFarlane.
Oh my God! I haven't seen this many little dicks since I hung out with Jared from Subway. Hey, Louis, listen, settle a bet. A friend of mine were arguing about what the J in Louis J. Gomez stands for. I guessed hack. She also guessed hack, so it wasn't really an argument. Okay, you're here, and is the other one here? Is the other one? Oh yeah, there he is. Why am I? Of course he's here. Jay has two bowls, doesn't he? Do I have to do each one of Jay's barnacles individually? Can't I just roast the big Jay pets as a group? It's like Jay ate Dave Attell, and you two are the crap he shit out. I also happen to know that Louis named his penis Dave Smith, because it doesn't work. God, what am I doing here? I mean, really, what am I doing here? This is not how I envisioned my career working out. Roasting nobodies in a Mexican restaurant whose entire business model is selling $2 beers to open micers who still have permission to use their parents' credit cards. Rebecca Trent answers the age-old question in comedy: how do I take my taco stand to the next level? By taco stand, I mean pussy. It should be called The Creek and the Slave. When's the last time you had an actual non-wannabe comedian customer in here? The menu items should just be named, Jacqueline orders that. Oh. I like to bring it down and then really get another flow going. No, let's be honest here. I am the only one here worth roasting. I'm the only one who's famous. I don't know if people saw. I'm one of the 50 funniest women according to Marie Claire magazine. Everybody. Yeah. It doesn't matter that there's only 52 funny women in all of America. That doesn't matter. That's not the point. I should point out, Anthony was famous like a year ago. But I can't make him mad. No, I mean, seriously, I can't. He blames everything on the blacks. Besides, I was going good for a minute. I get the gloves because you don't have to wipe after you pee. Makes sense. No, I have Anthony and we have an understanding. I won't make fun of his hair plugs, and he'll stop Skyping my 7-year-old after midnight. But enough about my whore daughter. Let's get to the person who matters. This one, me. I'm gonna roast myself. Bonnie's here. Dave, don't look around. This is like a conceptual piece. So. Like so convenient. Dave's so high, he thinks his career is going well. Bonnie's only doing this roast because no other woman would agree to spending this much time with all you fucking asshole trigger warnings. Look, there's going to be inappropriate jokes about rape and colors, but I want you to know I am not racist. I'm being ironic, which might actually be worse since blacks don't get irony. Right, Harris? Look at him. Harris also doesn't get comedy or pussy. Well, now that he's got money. Look, Bonnie is married to Rich Voss. That's why this shit doesn't bother her, because she's dead inside. That's why her pussy. That's why her pussy smells like that. Her pussies should have its own seat on the dais. That's how much it stinks. Bonnie's so unappealing, Ari Shaffir is dedicating a big portion of his Nick special to ripping on her. He doesn't even care if she's got all her limbs. I'm kidding. Obviously, there's no way Ari's getting another special. He's as popular as a white kid in a South Carolina Baptist church. All right, if you thought you were going to stand out by hating women, look around. It's the persona du jour. Check out this dais. One chick, I don't know how many fucking guys. Even the Vanderbilt football team is like, whoa, too many dudes. Whoopi Goldberg just tweeted, I think that might be rape. But I'm sorry, Bon, you are not getting raped. Not tonight. This is one big group of underachievers. You can tell by how they're always falling around Big J. See, he doesn't move fast. That's why he started doing CrossFit, getting in shape so he can lose them. Even cob-looking Mike Vecchione won't beat your brown vag like a Station Island nig selling Lucy's. I said I should quit. That was good. I mean, he said, I knew he was going to say nigger before me, so I wasn't like, I wasn't that worried about it. Yeah. I'm not saying Bonnie is ugly, but when she met Bill Cosby, he took the roofie. She couldn't even get raped by a Mexican immigrant in Donald Trump's America. Despite her clear lack of talents, Bonnie always turns up on stuff. Just when we think we're rid of her, she pops up. She's like Soder's herpes. But more irritating. Dan, you look like a big dick, but you laugh at Opie like you're a bottom. Your laugh is so irritating, I'd rather listen to my daughter drowning. You dress like you want Anthony to fuck you. Bonnie's been called a cunt more times than a female blogger on Metzer's Facebook. Kurt, if you see him, tell him, I don't want to do race wars. I know it's a shock. Kurt, if you're listening, that women don't want to be yelled at by your monster face and a bloated heavy day tampon with beady eyes. But if I wanted to hear a bunch of crosstalk and dumb views from a black, I'd watch The View. Kurt's been accused of being an internet troll, but it's not because of his tomfooleries online. It's because of his face. It's awful. If someone threw acid on it, it'd be an improvement. I bet a sizable amount that is going to happen on Friday. A fat girl, good at typing. You're so hideous, Kurt. It's not here. I'm surprised Bonnie never fucked you. You're just her type, revolting to the rest of the female population. Bonnie's fucked a lot of guys who've gone on to get TV credits. She's had more people with TV shows inside her than Michelle Duggar. Bonnie has fucked more white comics than diversity. Bonnie made a movie called Women Aren't Funny, available on iTunes and Netflix. I'm not saying Bonnie's movie was bad, but Abdul and Khalid wanted to play it at the finish line of this year's Boston Marathon. Bonnie's so old and gross, Holly Madison just wrote a book about how disgusting it was to have sex with her. Okay. Bonnie's persona on stage is so boring, she makes Mark Norman look human. Despite the fact that he's white and repulsive, Mark's not your average comedian, but he's getting there. Bonnie is so untalented and bad at stand-up. She was just offered her first Comedy Central hour special. There you go. There you go. Congratulations, you're doing your first Comedy Central special, emphasis on special. I give money to the Special Olympics. I feel like I can do those jokes to you. Jay, I don't know how to finish this. How do I get out of this? Why am I here? Jay, the man of the hour, also, incidentally, the amount of time it takes him to get up a flight of stairs. Jay, I know you've had your ups and downs lately, mostly on Anthony Cumia's cock. You're not married anymore. I bet your ex-wife talks about divorcing you like the people that changed their flights last minute on the day of 9/11. You're also embroiled in a feud with Richie Tinkin, which is the lamest comic strip feud since Garfield and Mondays. No one cares. This roast fucking reminds me of that video where the mentally handicapped guy got to run the football down the field in the last minutes of the game. I'm glad we got to do this for you, Jay. Seriously, Big Jay, I just want to say the most... Oh, I'm out of time.
One more time for Bonnie McFarlane. If she had an ass, she'd be perfect. I mean that. It's not even a joke. It's a compliment. Your next roaster is known for his show Impractical Jokers, where he gets himself into impossible situations and fails miserably. Now he's about to attempt stand-up comedy for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Sal Vulcano. Sal Vulcano.
Hello, hello. Okay, a little bit about what's going on here. I found out I was on this dais a couple days ago. I'm not a stand-up comic. I don't know most of these guys in that way, and I've never done a roast. So I Googled it, and I get it, and I'm going to do my best. All right. Dan Soder's here. More like Dan Oder. You guys ever get a whiff of this guy after a tough workout? Whoo! Or after he does some of his charity work? It's not good. Not good. Forget it. Had an alt for Dan Soder, and I'm going to say it. Dan Soder's here. More like Dan Soda. Anybody keep tabs on this guy's sugar intake? Through the roof with this guy. It's through the roof. So Jay's daughter's a horrible little cunt, huh? Was it too much? Too little? It was too little. Too little, fine. Jay's daughter's a horrible little cunt, and I hope she dies. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Kurt Metzger was here. Kurt, he loves this vape pen, that mother. He loves it. You know this, the vape pen? He smokes his tobacco in it. I applaud Kurt for making what seems like a healthier choice. But he should know they're now saying vape pen. Not so great for you. Not so great. You're going to want to Bing that and look it up. Jay's such a bad father that when the doctor slapped his daughter on the ass, she asked if he could pull her hair too. I Googled roast. Okay. I wouldn't be comfortable mentioning Jay's daughter's name, but maybe in a few years when people mostly know her by her porn name. All right, I Googled it. I don't know what you want from me. Dave Smith is here. Dave Smith, if you know him, I do. He's a very intelligent guy, very, very smart. Sometimes too smart for his own good. Sorry, Dave, it's getting vicious. Jay once told me a joke. He said, "How long does it take my wife to shit?" I said, "How long?" He said, 9 months. He said that about his own daughter. I have it on tape. Ballsy. All right, I'm using a crutch. No, but really, Jay's on the road so much. It's the life of a comic. Some of you may know it, some of you may not know it. And he's away from home a lot. And, because of that natural extension, he doesn't get to see his daughter, Isabella, a lot. And it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough on both of them. Gut-wrenching. Anthony Cumia is here. Word on the street is Anthony Cumia hates it. He hates it when people call him Anthony Cumia. So on 3, let's do it all together. 1, 2, 3. Anthony Cumia. He just got torched. Woo! Hey, if Anthony Cumia's hot tub had any more old man cum in it, he'd make an overrated documentary called Women Aren't Funny. Not a stand-up comic. Jay's whore mother I'm so sorry, dude. I love you so much. Jay's whore mother has been run through by more Philadelphia scumbags than the steps from the Rocky movies. I don't know her. It's just what I heard. Big Jay's mom has had so many Harris Stanton types lining up to fuck her every night that her cunt had to instill a no sneakers tank top rule. I wish you the best. I wish you the best. You've been through, I heard you've been through it. Luis J. Gomez, give it up for the MC of the night, right? He's Puerto Rican. He's got the flip-flops. A lot of people have issues with the Puerto Ricans. A lot of people don't feel safe around them. I'm here to tell you, I know the guy, and for a Puerto Rican, he's decent. Jay's mom's pussy is so big that Kevin wants to do his next special in it, but he's not sure he can sell it out. This shit is easy. Jay's mom's pussy is so big that it joked about killing puppies on Fallon and was still allowed back on. Oh, yeah, all right. The creek in the cave is what Jay's mom calls her pussy an asshole. Mark Norman's here. Tell you something about Mark. He's very charming on stage. He tells a lot of good jokes. He gets off stage. If you're a woman here, he might talk to you. He might take you in the corner, tell a couple of yucks. He's Mark Norman from stage. Put his hand on your shoulder, have a couple of laughs. Next thing you know, you're making out. Next thing you know, it's hot and heavy. Next thing you know, Mark Norman takes you home and fucks you. And then you're just a side note on Tuesdays with Hories. And Joe List can't believe what a slut you are. Look it up. Mark Norman, everybody. Ball bag shoots fire. Big J. Should I tone it down? I will. Big J heard this was a roast, and he brought silverware. Goes to show you what a bad listener he is. Not a good listener. Not a good listener is what I'm getting at. Horrible listener. And his daughter's a cunt. Jay wears these jean shorts. You guys have seen him? He wears these jean shorts. Little known fact, he borrowed them from his wife. They were her Daisy Dukes. Fail safe. Jay keeps a wallet. Oh man. Jay keeps a wallet chain and a scarf on him at all times, so that if one breaks, he can still hang himself in his hotel room. We're very close. Seriously, all that being said, I agree with the Guys We Fuck podcast. Jay is still a better dad than Lewis. That's the one to end on. I love you to pieces. You're probably one of the best people I know. And I was honored to be invited to this. I'm a fan of everybody up here. Thank you guys so much.
Give it go for Sally! Fucking Sally, dude. So funny. God damn it, Sal. Great job. Great debut, buddy. Holy shit, so funny. It really bugged me. I became friends with Sal first. Like, I met Sal in L.A. We hung out one night. Then I met him. I brought him on the podcast. I mean, Sal doesn't even fucking answer my text messages or phone calls. Him and Big J have become best fucking friends now. It's infuriating. So I hate both of you. Just know that. All right, we got a quick video from somebody that really wanted to be here that couldn't be here. You guys ready in the booth? Ready to rock? All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, roll the tape.
Big J Oakerson, it's Ron Bennington from work over at SiriusXM. I'm sorry I could not be with you tonight to see you get your GED. We're all proud of you. But I'm about 15 minutes away in Manhattan, sitting on my couch. So there's no way I could possibly be there tonight. There's a river in between us. Somebody said that there was a train that ran under it, but how could that be? That sounds crazy. If you get a chance later, I'll be out at my favorite comedy club, the Comic Strip. Stop by. There's a wanted poster you on the door. Everybody loves you. I know a lot of comics are going to be there tonight, roasting you, saying some bad things about you, and it's going to hurt because it's true. But I'd like to say a couple of great things about you. Number one,
Ronnie B. All right, man. We got a couple more guys. You having a good time so far tonight, guys? Holy shit, dude. This is it, man. Hold on. By the way, me and Dan Soder have a $50 bet that we'll get this done in 2.5 hours. Not gonna happen. Fuck. I'm really. There's close. It's kind of. It's close from the moment we start.
You don't think I'm gonna go long?
No, you're scheduled for 6 minutes, motherfucker. I don't care. I'm timing you at 6. So if you do more, that's on you.
No, I don't agree with that.
Go fuck yourself.
Lewis, I'm on your side. You need the money more.
Thank you, Dave. All right. Your next roaster came here from LA as part of a slimy douchebag exchange program. Don't worry, none of us miss DeRosa anyway, so it's not a really big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ari Shafir. Ari Shafir.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Lewis, what a horrible host. Fucking 9:45, Jay will be on, I guarantee it. You've never been anything at comedy. You do look like Pitbull. And that reminds me, the only thing you've ever been good at comedy was barking. You're an idiot, Lewis. You're so dumb, Bonnie would marry you. You brought a child into this world, an overcrowded world you couldn't hope to provide for, and you did it for no reason at all. Now, Beatrice is in the process of kicking you out. You know, that's one thing you'll have in common with your father. No, I've messed that up completely. I don't know, whatever. I got drunk way earlier. Why don't you sit down the whole time? I don't understand why you don't sit down.
Me?
Yes.
Because there's fucking 10 seats.
What do you mean? There's plenty of extra seats. All right, whatever. I'm done with you. You look like fucking Mexican Boss Hog. Lewis, you didn't know your father. Dan, your father was never around. Harris, I assume. Harris Stanton is both an incredibly unsuccessful comedian and an incredibly successful crash test dummy. Stop. You guys, stop. That's not a laughing matter. It could have been a lot worse. Something tragic could have happened. I never heard of that other guy. I never heard of him, so it's not a loss to the comedy community. I'm sorry. What does Harris have in common with a seatbelt? There was no reason either one of them were on that gig. Reason, God damn it. All right. Whatever. If Tracy Morgan had died in that crash, there'd be a plaque by that side of the road that says, "Here lies Tracy Morgan and others." I have all this shit about Metzger. Why did Metzger have to beat it out of here? That doesn't make any sense. Why not just fucking stay? Speaking of Kurt and beating, Karen, how are you doing lately? No, guys, Kurt and Karen always have problems because women are from Venus and Kurt's backhand is from Serena. Kurt was, as we know, was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and Karen is hoping for just one witness for domestic violence. Just someone to step forward and put an end to it. But you guys, Metzger's not just a spousal abuser, he's also an Emmy-nominated pill popper. And I have a joke about that. What do you call Kurt Metzger on 35 pills a day? In withdrawal. I'm keeping track of which of this material works for Kurt's memorial next year. He's got a serious problem and no one's helping, so do what you want. But this happened when Hedberg, like, why didn't anybody step up? But they all just fucking left it alone, so do what you want. Dave Smith is here. Dave Smith, your career is slower than Jay's metabolism. I don't understand why it's not any better. There's one question everybody has about Dave Smith, and that question is, who? I have more, but this roast is fucking going too long. It's more overbooked than fucking Lewis's apartment. Just kept adding people. Really? His ex-wife? That's a good comedy choice? You fucking idiot. His former wife, that's right. All right, whatever. All right, relax, lady. It's not about you anymore. He's moved on. You guys are all like, he's cheating on me, she cheated on me. You're all fucking people. Divorce. Dan Soder was here. Dan was holding up the negotiations for Jay and Dan's Sirius show because he's such a fucking star, which I don't understand. Your one credit is MTV2's Guy Code, which in Hollywood terms is just below sucking dick for a can of beans. Dan, your relationship with your father is a lot like your front teeth. They haven't met. What's with that girlfriend, dude? For real, why are you dating that girl? There's no reason for that. I know you're smitten with her, but she's an LA6, and it's time you admit that. She's not that hot. You don't respect her. She disrespects you actively. I mean, you honestly, you need some sense knocked into you so bad, I wish you dated Kurt. But I get it, whatever. In fairness, she's the hottest girl who's currently cheating on you. Just wait, there's other people out there. You'll find someone else. Bonnie will be a widow in like 12 months. Do
you mean it?
I hope so, lady. What a fucking failure of a family you guys are. He's on the road in B rooms 38 weeks a year. You can't even get booked. Somebody pass a hat around so we can get a fucking collection for her daughter's community college fund. Nope, too far? All right. Bonnie, for real, people were help me with jokes, and all the jokes are about how you're not funny and stuff, but it's just not true. I'm not gonna do jokes that aren't true. You're one of the funniest. I don't understand. Literally, when I was thinking about it, I don't understand. You're pretty and you're funny. I really don't get it. It's not even a joke. I don't understand why you're not famous. They need you so fucking bad. It doesn't make sense to me. And you've influenced a generation of comics. And now, I don't know how it feels to see Nikki Glaser have her own show on Comedy Central. Amy Schumer has a movie with Universal, and you're still gasping for oxygen. What's the difference between Bonnie and her career? Her career does not have hot flashes. Why is Bonnie McFarlane jealous of Natasha Leggero? Because Bonnie will never have another period. All right, we moved from an angel to the crypt keeper. Anthony, I don't get it, man. It's only because of fame. I don't know how you get laid. Your face is more pockmarked than Jay's ass. I've been to your place. His backyard's amazing. Anthony only fills his hot tub with international waters. So that way he doesn't get prosecuted for the 15-year-old girls he sodomizes. You date so young. You make me feel not creepy. I love it. Anthony Cumia on Twitter is a lot like Mike Myers in real life. 140 characters and your career's over. Why does Anthony Cumia hate black people so much? I honestly don't know. I don't know what the deal is. It seems like you get along with some of them. I get it overall, but I really don't get it. Sal, I didn't know you'd be here. You were out of the dais after I finished writing, so It's gonna be tough. Yours, Cho. I mean, honestly, every comic has the same reaction, where it's like it looks like there's no way you'd like it, and then somehow it's hilarious. Which brings me to Big J. How you dressed like a? I don't understand. You look like a roadie from Avenged Sevenfold fucked a roadie from Korn. By the way, when I wrote that joke, I wrote in Avenged Sevenfold, and I put the 7 in Sevenfold, like they do it, and the autocorrect changed it to kill yourself. You did lose weight, though, which is nice. He did lose a shitload of weight. Give it up for that, you guys. He's not going to die. He got like 7 more years in your life, for real. You solved your weight problem the way Lewis should have solved his baby problem. You used the stairs. I stand by it. You should have had an abortion. I don't know why you didn't have an abortion. Why it didn't cross your mind. You're fucking poor. Jay got a new haircut. Everyone's like, oh, your haircut looks so good. It does not look good, everybody. It just looks good because of how shitty his old haircut looked. He looks like an angry acorn. It's not a good-looking haircut. It's only by comparison anyone thinks it's decent. He has the Obamacare of haircuts. Jay, your daughter's 12, which means in 3 years, Anthony's hot tub. Your career, though, is something that's like bothered the shit out of me. It's like, I don't understand. It's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't make sense. It makes you realize, like, none of it makes sense. You have to just do your own shit. I'm always getting into the arguments with like social justice warriors online and stuff. And I love your career because it proves that white male privilege does not exist. You should be doing better. For real, you should be doing better. I don't know what it is, laziness or just like, you don't look like the type of person people would like. It doesn't make sense. Your storytelling is on par with anybody in the world. Your crowd work is fucking legendary. It doesn't make any sense. This business doesn't make any sense. And Dave Smith, too, for that matter. The whole legion of Dave Smith. Your fucking political commentary is at the same time, like, not offensively over people's heads and still relevant. It makes... And Lewis, can I get another drink, please? Because, what of Jameson? And it's bothering some of the guys in the back for the lack of Jameson. Big J, I mean, his career has finally turned around. He's been living fingerless glove to mouth for the last 20 years. And he's finally got some money now, which is great because, I mean, whatever, good for your fucking, style of living and stuff. But it's too bad because poverty was your daughter's only chance of not being morbidly obese. He told me your daughter was going to be watching it. I'm like, tune that shit out. He finally got an hour special, which is fucking great. Yeah. Little advice. Lay off the handicap jokes. Actually, we've been friends for a while. Since I met you at the same time you started hooking up with Christine. Pretty much. Well, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I said too much. Sorry. But the point is... You guys are doing these crazy threesomes now. Can I talk about your fucking threesomes? They're fucking nuts, and nobody seems to be talking about it. They just fuck threesomes, you guys, and if you've ever seen them, you know they have the same type 2 diabetes. She's got the most annoying laugh. God, and you're a comic, so that's so hard. That's like Kurt Metzger dating somebody with a weak chin. Be careful, man. Get a prenup. If you don't, she might take half your Marlboro miles. You fucking made $7 in your entire career.
All right, I'm done with this. Jay, you've been a great friend. I've known you for years. You helped me get into the cellar. Dave, that place you choke. Man, I'm so glad you're part of my life, dude. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Ari Shafir. Ari Shafir, guys. Come on, Ari. Oh, man. All right, guys. This is your final roaster before we bring up the man of the hour. Your final roaster lost his sister in a car accident, his dad to alcoholism, and his spot on Saturday Night Live to Pete Davidson. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best people I know, Dan Soder. Dan Soder.
One more time for Luis J. Gomez, huh? So uncomfortable. Fuck, this, podcast, I'm like, Luis, how long is it gonna go? It's gonna be 2 hours. No, it's not. Luis, your act is horrific. I'd say it's like nails on a chalkboard, but chalkboards are associated with writing, so. It's kind of a tough one. Yeah. He produces a lot of things. The only thing he's produced with basically any potential is your kid. Can you stop with the videos? We get it on Facebook. We got it. Stop doing videos with your son like it's court ordered. Jesus, Luis, he can count to 20. He can also count the times you've disappointed his mother. Luis really does have like 7 podcasts because Puerto Ricans can't have one of anything. Kids, tank tops, prior arrests. You know the saying, everyone gets 15 minutes? Yeah, well, Luis's last comic standing clip was cut to only 8 seconds. Yeah, the only thing more cut up than your set was your dad when they found the body. Hey, fuck you, I'm not nice. He is. That means it worked. I really do. I like that Luis thought that he had a shot at really winning Last Comic Standing. That clean primetime NBC show. Yeah, he's got a chance of winning that. You're a violent Puerto Rican drug addict who puts most of his time into calling 2 harmless girls whores. Put as much time into ruining their career as Kurt does the Facebooking. I'm a little upset that Kurt had to leave. I mean, look at this dais. Kurt Metzger, Mike Vecchione, Big J. Is this a roast or a Dave Attell off? I catch shit for doing voices in my act, but at least I do more than one and it's not forever. That one felt good. Kurt answers the question, what would happen if Jehovah's Witnesses found social media? Kurt's actually very fearless in talking about race, and Kurt can say whatever he wants about race because no one knows what he is. People ask me, they go, what nationality is Kurt? I go, Mesopotamian? I don't know. Whatever nationality he is, it's the stereotype should be bug eyes and thinks Facebook's a diary. That's a lot of abuse has been made fun of Kurt. He even admitted that he once choked a girlfriend, which is also the last time he's had a female audience held captivated, so. Thank you. Bonnie McFarlane was here, the hilarious Bonnie McFarlane. Bonnie, you are so dry, so I guess it's true what they say. The carpet does match the act. Nah, I'm joking, man. It's Rich Voss's wife. Rich and Bonnie are kind of like the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner of comedy. They're universally hated and headed for a divorce. Your headliner at the top of the show, Mike Vecchione, was great. Mike Vecchione is the sad cat of human beings. Vecchione should go back to teaching. At least there he got up in front of 30 people. I sleep wall to wall with that motherfucker. Now, I can't make fun. I mean, Vecchione is one of my best friends and my roommate, and I mean, he's got some of the greatest jokes, you know? His jokes are tighter than Anthony Cumia's underage girlfriend's pussy. So. Why is it weird now? Sal, you got added to the dais late, but good job becoming a millionaire off pantsing people. Dave Smith proves why political comedian is as much as an oxymoron as successful podcast host. Dave, you gotta get out more, Dave. I've been saying it for years, all right? The loss we felt when Patrice died was how Dave felt when LOL closed. That's for the dais. No, Dave Smith actually does have a unique style of comedy. Instead of like the hacky setup punch, it's like setup, 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 new premise, setup, news story, setup, then you ask for your money back. God damn, you're long-winded, Dave. If Lewis can't put James to sleep, you should just tell James a joke. Yeah, you're right about that one. I was so bummed. Joe DeRosa couldn't make it because he missed his flight, you know? He probably shouldn't ask his black friends to give him a ride to the airport. Yeah, you're right. DeRosa is better at burning bridges than Anthony Cumia is at burning crosses. Anthony's fans, they gave Joe's albums bad reviews on Amazon. They called threats into clubs where he was working and attacked him on Twitter. This has been the biggest disaster in Joe DeRosa's life since the Pete Holmes show. So it got canceled. That's why he moved out there, and that's why the joke's funny. Next to my possible father, Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia's face really answer the question, what if Tony Orlando got hit in the face with a crowbar? Anthony raised a lot of eyebrows this year. Not Kurt's, they're too heavy. No, but I mean, you know, Anthony Cumia, without a doubt, is one of the grandfathers of comedy, you know? The minute he lets everyone see how racist he is, we ignore him and let him die. Just, you know. Anthony, your show's on from 4 to 6 p.m. If your show is on, then who's circling the middle school in your Escalade? Nah, but I mean, he is like, you know, Anthony is the definition of an American dream. Became successful. He used to install air conditioners in people's houses on Long Island, which you should probably go back to that if you ever want people to hear you in their homes again. So. Everyone's favorite robot, Mark Norman, is here. Good buddy of mine. Norman fucks a lot of women. You know, because sometimes it's nice if your dildo fake laughs at your jokes. Mark Norman really is like a Hasidic lease. He's dishonest and hard to read. He's the Subway sandwiches of comedy. It's cheap, easy, and I feel uncomfortable consuming it. Yeah, you're right. I know, I forced that one. It's just hard to make fun of Mark Norman. How do you hurt someone who truly isn't alive? Guys, keep it going for the funny but slightly mean Ari Shaffir, right? That was all Mohawk, that set. Ari, I love your Mad Max haircut. What was it like being the funniest girl on Fury Road? Ari looks like if Joe Camel stopped smoking and only did mushrooms. Dude, people were mad that you said that girl's name on your special, you know? They're like, he's punching down. And I was just happy to see you have a punchline. That was great. Ari is a true Jew. Every time he goes on stage, he comedically wanders off into the desert for 40 years. Ari, Anne Frank's diary is funnier than you are. Fuck you, it's late in the roast. You're right, though. You guys are tired, and let's just get to the man of the hour. The man we came here to roast. The man who tonight's dressed like you're fucking defending yourself in court. It's awful. It's better than what you're usually dressed like you sell t-shirts at monster truck rallies. To be quite honest, I'm just surprised that Jay is on stage away from Christine. Have you two ever been apart? I've seen less separation anxiety with conjoined twins. Jay, it's okay to be away from Christine, all right? You just, look at Dave's relationship with punchlines, you know? How does a former bouncer allow such pieces of shit to stay in his life? Jay used to be a bouncer, and now the only thing he's bouncing are his child support checks. So. Nah, dude, I fucking love Jay. Everyone agrees that Big J is a comedic genius. I mean, absolutely. The way he tackles such genius premises as black guys have big dicks, Asian men have small dicks, water's wet, you can see through air. It's crazy. He's done a lot for a guy that looks like he just quickly put together a Ferris wheel. Oh, goddamn, man. After, recently Jay announced he got his hour special, and after he announced he got his hour sit-down special from Comedy Central, a lot of people kept saying it's about time, and it is, that you write jokes. It's been way too long. I miss it. Remember the Maury joke? That was my favorite. Jay, Ari was saying you lost weight, but I disagree. I think the only time you lost weight was when you cut the tips off your gloves. Jay cried on a podcast because of an offer, not even a contract. An offer was made. Someone offered Jay money, he didn't get it, and he cried. It's the most Jewish thing he's ever done. Jay, you've gone through a lot, and I think the only way I can describe you is in the great words of Richie Tinkin. You're not Eddie Murphy. Okay. That's for the comics. Jay, seriously, man, you're the fucking funniest dude I met. I love you. I'm excited to do this radio show. You're the fucking best. Thank you for having me, guys.
Keep it going for Dan Soder and Jay. And guys, look out for the radio show. What is it, July 27th? You guys have your show? It'll be like literally 5 or 6 weeks before Soder gets booked on SNL or something bigger. And yeah, Jay has to quit the radio show. So, all right, we're here, dude. We're at the man of the hour, who is fucking... Who's one of my, I'm not gonna say, I mean, literally, I can't say you're one of my best friends. You're fucking my best friend, dude. It's you and this Jew over here. You barely count as a human. So, look, dude, you're the fucking man.
In your face.
Big J Roche, I said. All right, a couple things I want to say about Big J before I bring him up here to talk about these assholes. All right, people used to say that Big J sounded like Dave Attell. Now people just say, what happened to that fat guy who ripped off Dave Attell? Jay's stand-up is like scat porn. It's filthy, it'll never be on TV, and it's going to put his daughter through college. She's going to shit on camera. You guys got that? Okay. Big J has a beautiful young daughter who's also insane and a little bit sad. Wait, no, that's Vinnie Brand's daughter. Sorry, I apologize. Stress Factory doesn't fucking work, man. Who cares? Whatever. To say Big J is a one-trick pony is an understatement. I'd call him more of a one-trick horse or a one-trick manatee. Big J writes less than a quadruple amputee. Jay got the name Big J because the MCs at the black comedy clubs he started at couldn't pronounce Oakerson. Some names Jay couldn't use. Successful Jay Oakerson. Faithful Jay Oakerson. Will live past the age of 40 Jay Oakerson. Even Todd Lynn saw Jay's career going nowhere.
Wow.
He was blind. He's dead now. He was a real cunt to me when he was alive, so whatever. Jay, you've been doing comedy for 17 years. Where's all the famous people? Look at this. Sal's the best we got. The only way that we could get Kevin Hart to show up was to paint Jay black and throw him in a coffin. Christine, who we all love, Christine helped put this thing together. She's She's a fucking trooper, man. This chick, not only does she help out with all this shit, but she's fucking cool as shit. She actually, she tries to find women to have threesomes with her and Big J regularly. That's like a thing in their life. She's not even into chicks. She's actually just trying to figure out a way to distribute the weight evenly. Having a threesome with having a threesome with Big J and Christine for the kid who always wanted to fuck Bebop and Rocksteady from the Ninja Turtles. Big J recently lost 100 pounds. It's okay though, he still gets to see her every other weekend, so. Big J is a worse father than Stannis Baratheon. Tonight is really no different than any other night. Jay's sitting down in front of a room full of people that may have seen him on YouTube, and another man is tucking his daughter into bed. That was the last joke, so I wish you would have laughed at it. All right, look, guys, you're the man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. One of my best friends in the entire world, one of the best comics I know. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as loud as you can for Big J Oakerson. Big J Oakerson. Welcome to the
Too much. This has been fucking crazy long, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet as much as possible here. Kurt Metzger, who was here, give him a round of applause for what he did. That was fucking... What a way to fucking start this thing off, man. Fucking Kurt Metzger had to leave. He had to go do his podcast, but luckily he left his eyebrows behind with Rob Mayo, so... Where the fuck does Kurt Metzger have to run off to? Is he fucking meeting Gene Wilder in tuxedos to sing Putting on the Ritz? Fucking freaky-eyed weirdo. Look at those eyes. Looks like he was exposed to the atmosphere on Mars, Total Recall. What a fucking dais. I mean, holy shit what they put together for me. The internet's amazing racist. The world's amazing racist. Sal. Louis J. Gomez, your roast master. I mean, come on. He got as absolutely dressed up as a Puerto Rican can get. A lot of people owe you, Louis, myself included. I've lost a lot of weight doing your real-ass diet. That is the fucking thing. In the room, I bet there's fucking a dozen people in here currently doing the real-ass diet, which is simple. Say it with me. No carbs, no sugar, and an unlimited amount of mirror flexing. Louis is a big dumb animal. Now... I don't blame him for that. It is fucked up, but it's just the truth. Not his fault. He's an orphan. For years, he was raised by a single mother who I believe was a white heroin addict racist. Am I right? Yes. Clearly not racist enough to fuck whatever kind of brown was responsible for half of that. Louis gets a bad rap. And that's fine. A lot of people don't know him, and the people that don't know him will tell you that Louis is indeed a misogynist. You get that a lot. A bully, crass, arrogant, a pothead. These are all, right? Things people throw at you. A loudmouth, scumbag womanizer. These are things that get thrown out there. But if you took the time to actually maybe meet Louis, hang out with him a little bit, you would realize that he's actually a bad pet owner, a horrible neighbor, a car farter.
Best people that don't know you. When I first met you, Lewis, if you remember, like I was like almost against even getting to know you. Metzger brought you to a movie, and I was like, weird, but I've gotten the chance. I've spent time. We're fucking close friends now. And through that, someone like me who takes time to get to know Lewis can tell you that he is indeed a slob, a shitty house guest, a liar, a cheat. He's unathletic, yet he's a public shadow boxer. He's thoughtless, and a toilet seat pisser. A bad dancer. He has a remarkable immunity to fucking pepper spray. He stands on the left and walks on the right. He wears shoes in the house even after you tell him not to. He's a bumbling, ignorant, zero, self-reflective, borderline rapist. And what would Lewis be without the third skank in the Legion? You guys know Dave Smith, huh? Come on. What would Lewis be without Dave Smith? The answer to that question is $500 a month richer. That's just the economics of it. Lewis and Dave both in reality are the Larry and Curly to my Moe, the Neil Peart and that other guy to my Geddy Lee, or those two black chicks to my Beyonce. Dave Smith, who wore a fucking suit so ill-fitting I thought he was going to his mom's third wedding. Dave, one of my closest friends, like a brother to me, and from what I hear tonight and understand, a comic here in New York City. Dave Smith is one of the most overlooked comics in this business. On a good week, he makes $150. Every time I get into an Uber cab, I think Dave's gonna be that driver. That's never the case, because as Dave will tell you, he's the only 32-year-old in the country who does not have a fucking driver's license. I'm the only fucking headliner who has to drive around his goddamn feature. You want to stop for a bathroom break, opener? Why does Dave live in such mystery? I don't even know how he makes money. I don't know what his fucking apartment looks like. I don't know what his mom looks like. I have his name tattooed on my arm, and I have never sat on Dave's couch. So funny, but such an inexplicable failure. I swear to God, if I can make one human being with Dave Smith's comedic talent and Luis Gomez's work ethic, I would have one mildly better opening act. Dan Soder, who was fucking awesome tonight. Dan Soder is going to be my partner in our new fucking radio show called The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder, 6 to 8 p.m. on Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM, Comedy Channel 95. 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, Mondays and Wednesdays. Huge deal. Long time coming. Soder will tell you. This thing took a long, long fucking time because Soder's camp and Soder was holding out for a long time because they thought they needed the contract to be a little more loosely restricted. Do you know how hard it is to fucking have a guy tell you that he can't fucking sign his life away on a contract while he's wearing a Honky Tonk Man shirt? Dan Soder shit on and walked away from a $100,000 contract. Do you understand that? Because his people and him were worried that he was waiting for something bigger to possibly happen. They couldn't sign on because something big might... I don't know what Soder's waiting for. He does fucking impressions and voices, accents. What are you waiting for, Kevin Pollak to die? Or a fucking residency at the Tropicana, motherfucker? While all this is going on, you lived in a windowless room in an apartment with Mike Vecchione. While you're marionetting our fucking futures, you're etching fucking hash marks on the wall like Andy Dufresne. fucking goddamn. All right. Look, the show's happening. Whatever. The show's happening. We start Tuesday, 27th. I get wound up every time. Mike Vecchione, fucking beast tonight. Holy shit. And judging by his outfit, came here directly from coaching girls softball. Mike, you have the haircut of a New Jersey state trooper and the charisma of a Connecticut state trooper. Mike Vecchione has a very impressive list of credits, maybe not even known to this audience, a very impressive list of credits. Last Comic Standing, where Mike was first showcased on national TV, which shot him through the ranks to third comic on a Sunday at Broadway Comedy Club. He hung out there for a while for a cup of coffee, then he turned up the juice and he had the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where he really killed it. That appearance, which built your respect level to a point where you were only a phone call away from eating checks at 1 to 2 comedy clubs on a weekend. And that's when this year's fucking Conan O'Brien, correct? That was this year, am I crazy? Fucking killed it, if anybody saw that. No shit. Out of the fucking park, killed it for a change. I mean, Mike's fucking brilliant. That fucking TBS notoriety catted Mike's character and brought him to the point in his fucking career where I just got to tell you, well, let's just say Mike was the easiest person to book on this roast. I'm kidding. Mike is one of my favorite comics and one of the most amazing writers in the fucking comedy scene. No bullshit. For Mike's tour dates, please go to his website, mikevecchione.com, for all of his tour dates. It's coming eventually. Eventually. It's down the road. This is fucking forward thinking. Mike Vecchione, like several other Last Comic Standing alumni, is sitting on this dais. We have Bonnie, Rich Voss is hanging out, Lewis, Kurt Metzger. They are all here for one reason, because we could not get Dat Fan, John Heffron, Alonzo Bowden, Rodman, Felipe Esparza, and a Christian acoustic guitar comedy duo by the name of God's Pottery. All of those people did better than what is happening here tonight. Bonnie is here, Bonnie McFarlane, who was fucking... the problem when I knew Bonnie was on the dais, I tried to write all my own shit as best I could, and I couldn't think of anything to say for Bonnie. I think she's hilarious, I think she's beautiful, and my instincts, like everybody else it seems, were to just start shitting on Rich through her. I can't do it because I also like Rich, and I'm glad they're a happy couple. And if this fucking orange tan motherfucker makes you happy, then I hope to God it fucking works out forever. But seriously, I imagine us being married to a Hebrew parking cone. That made me shit my pants with laughter when I said it. How could I even bring up Jewish and not bring up the most Jewishest here? Ari Shaffir, everybody. Come on. How awesome is he? How awesome is Ari every time? And also you dress like a fucking Long Island piano teacher / child molester. Ari was actually on a life path to become a rabbi until he realized he wasn't 75 years old. Ari, I don't know if anybody even knows this but me. I just signed for the witness list. You got LASIK surgery this Monday. No shit, how fucking cool is that? No more glasses. Yeah. Now what's that nose for? I know what you're thinking. For sniffing out the pocket change of whoever's sitting next to you, but that's racist. I don't want to get on Ari's bad side, by the way, because I think what we all learned this year is that Ari Shaffir does not take shit from anybody. He publicly took a verbal shit on some asshole one-armed fat girl who had the nerve to corner him into a shitty conversation. While she smelled bad, so I'm told. Amazing the way you were able to smack her around, Ari. I'm assuming you used all lefts because she can't block those. This part was my favorite part because, quite honestly, me and Ari Shaffir did a roast battle earlier this year, and fucking, come on, I got to roast the same Jew twice in 1 year. That's worth a Hitler high five, no? Ari Shaffir also earlier this year ate a little shit because he caught some flack because I cried on a podcast talking about the deal that Soder was mangling. And I got upset, and Lewis had a bunch of comics make videos where people were shitting on me for crying, and Ari made a video where he fucking put a dog near his asshole, and then the dog started licking Ari's fucking ass. He got a lot of shit for that, right? People were angry about that. Peter was it was crazy. Ari shoved a dog up his ass. Now, if you've ever seen Ari's asshole, which I believe we have a picture, am I crazy? No. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Am I right? Yeah, bring the lights back up. I mean, the jury's in, right? That fucking video wasn't bad. If I'm being honest, I think Ari's asshole licked that dog, quite honestly. Anthony Cumia's here. How cool was Anthony to fucking be here? This is way below his pay grade. The new boss for Legion of Skanks. Anthony's opened up his audience, his network, and his fucking huge house nicknamed The Compound to us so amazingly. I remember the first time me, Lewis, and Dave walked in there. We were all coked up looking for trouble, and Anthony was there in an open robe and tighty whities, Sister Christian blaring on the fucking tape deck. Naked Asian guy just throwing firecrackers on the ground. For anyone who got the reference, worth it. I love Anthony. Anthony, I didn't write that much for you, buddy. I just think you're fucking cool as shit. Anthony Cumia answers the question, what would happen if Freddy Krueger had a Jaguar in a mansion? Mark Norman's here because we had a lot of cancellations. I wrote nothing for him. That's the best I got. I think Mark's funny. I think he's doing great. But last and most certainly least, Harris Stanton is here. Harris Stanton, come on. No? Harris fucking Stanton's here, you piece of shit. Harris, let me be the first to apologize. I know Anthony's been trying to give you his drink orders all night. He's confused. He doesn't know. He's never seen your work. Harris here is because Artie Fuqua is in a coma still, career-wise. Well, you better fucking loosen up because this is not going to get better. Harris obviously was involved in a terrible, terrible fucking accident involving Tracy Morgan and Artie Fuqua, and we all know we're fucking happy he's doing better. But I got to tell you, that Walmart driver must have fucking had some bad juju, because could you have worse luck? Could you hit a worse fucking pile of black dudes than Tracy Morgan and all of his fucking friends? Any other group of black dudes just settle for a fucking pallet of grape soda. Store brand, Walmart brand. Not the case here. Harris Stanton and all of his fucking cohorts have made a nice little chunk of change, right? You're doing well for yourself now. It's fucking fantastic. Everyone's made a lot of money off this deal. And it came to a pretty quick resolution, under a year, no shit. I believe it was because Walmart probably sat in a room, looked at that victim list and was like, you know what? This money's probably coming back to Walmart. It's almost above ground pool season.
Can I say fucking thank you to this entire fucking dais for coming here? And if I may, my still current wife, Carla, for showing up. How fucking cool was that, man? That means the world to me. And I love her always. She gave me the most beautiful gift in the world, our daughter Isabella, who is sort of a cunt, if Sal's being honest. But we love her none the fucking less. And Christine, for putting this thing together, I love you so much. And Louis and everyone showing up, man. I love you guys with all my... You don't want to know the best thing of this whole thing? Is Sal's been texting me for days saying, I don't want to say these terrible things about you. And I just kept telling him, I go, you know what's great, dude? I have nothing about you. You're just going to feel shitty all night knowing you shit on me for nothing. I'm just like, Sal's a great guy, and I'm so proud to be his friend, everybody. How about we all go get fucking drunk and have a great fucking night? I love you guys. Thank you so much.